Rose and Danny's surprise attack with Rocco's help. The prison doors open. The tension in Port Charles had reached a fever pitch as Rose and Danny devised a daring plan to free their loved ones. The prison walls stood tall and menacing, their gray, unyielding presence a reminder of the dangers ahead. But they had no choice. Lives were on the line, and failure was not an option. A desperate situation. Inside Pentonville, chaos brewed beneath the surface. Jason Morgan and Dante Falconeri were locked away, caught in a sinister plot orchestrated by their enemies. Accused of crimes they didn't commit, they were running out of time. Sonny Corinthos, their most powerful ally, was doing everything in his power to work within legal channels, but the system was corrupt, and the clock was ticking. Rose Lansing Davis, having inherited her mother's fierce determination, refused to sit idly by. She turned to Danny Morgan, Jason's son, who carried his father's relentless drive. Both had grown up in the shadow of their parents' dangerous lives, and now they were stepping into the fray, proving they were forces to be reckoned with. Gathering the team. Knowing they couldn't do it alone, Rose and Danny reached out to Rocco Falconeri, Dante's son, who had been training in law enforcement. He had connections, skills, and, most importantly, the unwavering loyalty that came from family bonds. Together, they formed an unlikely but formidable trio, each bringing something vital to the mission. Rocco used his ties to the force to get inside information on the prison's security layout. Danny, an expert in technology, hacked into the surveillance systems, creating blind spots for their approach. Rose, the strategist, orchestrated the plan with precision, ensuring every detail was accounted for. The break-in. Under the cover of darkness, the trio made their move. They infiltrated the perimeter with stealth, their nerves steel as they approached the gates. Danny's hacking skills proved invaluable as he disabled the outer alarms, giving them just enough time to slip inside. Rocco used his inside knowledge to guide them through the hallways undetected, while Rose led the charge, her heart pounding as they neared their target. Meanwhile, inside their cells, Jason and Dante had no idea rescue was coming. They had resigned themselves to the fact that their freedom might never come. But then, a faint sound, a coded knock on the wall, made Jason sit up. He recognized the signal. It was Danny's way of saying, "Hold on. We're coming." The battle unfolds. Just as they reached the cell block, alarms blared. A guard had noticed something was off and sounded the alert. The element of surprise was gone, but Rose and Danny didn't back down. Rocco took out a guard with a well-placed stun gun, while Danny worked frantically to override the locks. Rose, fearless and determined, engaged in a fight with another guard, proving she was more than just a strategist. She was a fighter. Jason and Dante, hearing the commotion, knew this was their chance. Using brute strength, they overpowered their captors, buying Rose and Danny precious seconds to finish unlocking the cells. The doors swung open, and just like that, they were free. But their escape was far from over. The Great Escape. Running through the corridors, dodging guards and alarms, the group moved swiftly toward their planned exit route. Danny had rigged a small explosion in a maintenance tunnel to create a diversion, drawing security away from their path. With Rocco's guidance, they navigated through the underground passages, emerging outside the prison walls just as backup arrived. Helicopters roared above as Sonny's men swooped in, providing cover fire and securing the escape route. A black SUV skidded to a stop, the door flying open. Inside, Carly Corinthos sat behind the wheel, her face set with determination. "Get in," she shouted. As they sped away, sirens blaring behind them, Rose, Danny, and Rocco finally allowed themselves to breathe. They had done it. Jason and Dante were free. But the battle wasn't over yet. Whoever had framed them was still out there, and justice needed to be served. The aftermath. Back at a safe house, Jason pulled Danny into a tight embrace, pride shining in his eyes. "You did good, kid." Dante clasped Rocco's shoulder, nodding in approval. "Your mother would be proud." Rose, exhausted but exhilarated, looked around at the family they had fought so hard to protect. "This isn't over," she said. "We need to find out who's behind this and take them down." Jason's expression hardened. And we will. As the sun rose over Port Charles, one thing was clear. This was just the beginning of a war that would shake the city to its core.